dear students, how are you everybody? I hope you all are energetic, active, and you must be busy in doing your tasks and your study. So today we are going to start a new lesson, that is auxiliary and modal in the series of English grammar. As you know, dear students, I have already told you in English language grammar, auxiliaries and modals play a vital role. So what is mean by primary auxiliary verb? Let's see. Auxiliaries means helping verb. What is the use of helping verb? Helping verb used in the sentence. Because of the helping verb, we form tenses. We make the construction of passive voice and many more construction. So auxiliary verb plays a major role. So first let's see primary auxiliary verb. Among the primary auxiliary verb, we have seen their examples. Be form. Be form, am is are, was were, shall be, will be. Pay careful attention, listen carefully. Have form. Have has present tense, had past tense, shall have, will have future tense. Do form, present, do and does, past, did. What is the use of this primary auxiliary verb? First, to form tenses. If you know the structure of tenses, so you just recall it. What is the structure of present continuous tense? Can you tell me? Subject plus am is are plus V1 ing or V4 plus object. So here auxiliary verb am is are supported continuous tense. Can you tell me the structure of present perfect tense? Subject have has plus V3 plus object. So here have has supported it. It is also used to form passive construction. For the passive construction we are using auxiliary verb. Take the example, he writes a letter. A letter is written by him. So primary auxiliary verb supported to passive construction. He has bought a new car. A new car has been bought by him, etc. Second important thing about the auxiliary verbs, that auxiliary verbs are used to support main verb as well as a principal verb. For example, I am a teacher. Here am is a principal verb, and second sentence, I am teaching English grammar. So here am is a supporting verb. He is a good man. Is main verb, principal verb. He is always helping others. So here is supporting verb. They are employees. Are is a principal verb. They are working in their offices. Here are is auxiliary verb, helping verb. So have you got the idea about the primary auxiliary verb, examples, etc. Now come to the next point. Next point is modals. Modal auxiliary verb. So which are the modals in English language? As you know very well, let's revise the topic. Present and past form. Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, have to, has to, had to, need, dare and used to. These are the modals. You must know the functions of each and every modal. First, if you know the examples very well, So there are some rules that you must know regarding the modals auxiliary verb. First thing, modals are never used single. Modals are never used single. It means that we cannot say that he may SSC exam. So here that sentence is wrong. We need their principal verb, main verb. So he may pass in the exam or he may pass in SSC exam. We always use main verb with modal. So we can say that the construction subject plus modal plus main verb plus object or remaining information. So remember this. Second thing you must remember regarding modals, modals never change as per the subject and the gender or person. That rule we may apply here. Primary auxiliary verb are changed according to the gender, person and number, but modals never change. See the example. Here I write, I can do it. Subject I change it. He, again can, she, again can, they, again can, it remain constant. But when I am taking primary auxiliary verb, so I am, he is, they are. Now it change. Modals never change. Now comes to the point, the functions of the modals. Modals and the use of the modal, functions that it expresses. See one by one, pay careful attention. Can. What is the function of can? Can is used to show power, ability, capacity. We may say, I can do this, I can speak English very well, I am able to do this. It means that I am able to do something. Could is used ability in the past, sometimes polite request, also past form of can. Could is a past form of can. So when it also expresses ability, but in the past. Just I want to say, I could run fast when I was in college. So it was my past ability. So when we want to convey our past ability, for that purpose we use could. It is also used sometimes polite request. For example, could you please show me the way to the post office? Could you please do this for me? Etc. Now may. May expresses possibility, permission. First, let's see possibility. Possibility means uncertainty. When I am not sure, I don't know, then I just use some possible statement. So for that purpose, may is used. Someone asks me, have you seen my brother? I don't know, I am not sure. What is my reply? I don't know. He may be in the class or he may be outside, but I am not sure. So may expresses possibility. The guest may come to home today. There are dark clouds in the sky. It may rain today. He may pass this year because he is doing study regularly. He is doing his study regularly. Might, sorry, second use of may. May, second use, it expresses permission. Permissions that you used to take permission. May I come in, sir? When we want to ask someone and that allow me to do this work, for that purpose we use modal may. May I come in, sir? May I ask you one question? May I use your mobile phone? May I park my vehicle in your compound, etc. Will and shall. First, these both used to express pure future, but sometimes will is used to express, to show promise, intention, determination with first person I and we. Actually we use shall with I and we, but when we use will with I and we, so at that time it expresses promise, intention, determination. For example, I will help you, it's my promise. I will complete my tasks today, it's my determination. Shall is used to ask for suggestion or request or advice, to take suggestion. For example, shall I join this class? Shall I do this? So it means that I am asking someone a suggestion. So for that purpose we may use shall with I and we. Then should is past form of shall. It is used to express duty, obligation, moral advice, suggestion. Most of the time we are using some advice, we want to give to someone advice. So we may say you should do this, you should not do that. We may say children should attend the school regularly. Children should obey the orders of their elders. We should love our motherland, etc. So should is used for moral advice. It is also expresses duty. People should pay the tax regularly. Employees should do their job sincerely. Some obligations, moral obligations, sometimes suggestion, for that purpose we are using should. Now would is used to express habitual past. When some past habit we want to say, for that purpose used to is used, that there is something I was following regularly in the past. For example, my grandfather used to tell us interesting stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata when I was young or when I was a child. He used to swim in the river when he was in his village. So used to is expressed for would is used for habitual past. And second use is polite request. Again that would is used to express polite request. Most of the time polite request, for polite request we can use could or would, but would is more formal. For example, would you please switch off the fan? Would you do this for me? Would you give me 500 rupees just for 2 days? Would you show me the way to the bank, etc. Now must, as you know very well, when something is necessary, so must is used. Most of the time when teacher say you must complete your homework, it means that it's compulsion. So must is expresses necessity, strong obligation, compulsion. Must. You must complete your homework. He must follow my advice, etc. Need. Need is used absence of necessity. When something is not necessary to do, some activities is not necessary to do, at that time we use need. For example, students need not sit in the examination hall for 3 hours. So here absence of necessity. There is no need to water the plants. Already someone has given water. Dare. Dare is used to express courage, bold, confidence. So mostly it is used in a negative and interrogative. Need is also used in negative and interrogative. So dare, how dare you touch my book? How dare you do this? He dare not do this task, etc. Now used to. Both would and used to are used for habitual past. Used to also expresses habitual past. Ought to. Both ought to and should have same function to express moral obligation or duty. We ought to serve the nation. We ought to respect our elders, etc. So, dear students, these are models with their function. So, you must learn the functions of each and every model. So, question will be asked in the examination. What kind of question will be asked? That let's see in the exercise part. Exercise. At filling the blanks using correct models. The questions may be asked in a different way. But questions may be asked in a different way. Your concept should be clear. Once you get the proper idea of the topic, you can solve any exercise. So simple exercise, just like filling the blanks with proper form of models. That in the examination, that this kind of sentence will be given and 4 alternatives below the sentence, and you have to choose one alternative. Here I don't write that 4 alternatives. We will just see the directly answer. Second thing, that one passage will be given, and in with the help of the passage, some filling the blanks are there in the passage. Maybe 4 filling the blanks are there, and below the passage A, B, C, D, 4 options are given, and among that 4 options you have to choose an appropriate model. So let's see about this one. Where dash we have our picnic. We have our picnic. So here it is suggestion. So where shall we have our picnic? Here maybe in the bracket they may give some kind of the suggestion or anything, or 4 options will be given: shall, will, may, can, etc. You like to have a sandwich, so it is offer someone. For offer something we use would. So would you like to have a sandwich? People exercise regularly. Now it depends on sense. Suppose it is just a common thing, then we use people should exercise regularly. But it is compulsion, and in the bracket it is written compulsion, then people must exercise regularly. I dash swim when I was young, so it is past habit when I was young. So I used to swim when I was young. I wait till he comes, so need I wait till he comes? He dash come tomorrow, he may come tomorrow. You dash not to open this box, you dare not to open this box. Means you don't, here courage is there, here courage is there. I go home today, so I have to, had to, or must. I must go home today. We respect our elders, so here we should respect our elders. We, here to is there, so we ought to love our neighbors. So here options will be given for you 1, 2, 3, 4, or in the bracket functions of the models will be given and you have to write down. Suppose that here I write this sentence, he dash speak English very well, and in the bracket ability. So answer is he can speak English very well. Sometimes the questions may be asked in this way. People not ask a writer why he writes his now, before, missing, after. So one passage will be given and in front of the each line, before, missing, after, this words are there and you have to write down the before word, missing word, after word. So here people, after the people means people, before that here need, before, need is missing word and not. So people need not ask a writer why he writes is. So in this way one passage will be asked. So questions will be asked in a formal way or in a different way, but most important thing is that you should know the functions of the models. So you first write down the notes of models and auxiliaries, learn the functions very well, and again let's see many more exercise and we will do a lot of practice that your concept of model should be clear and you definitely get a perfect idea about the models. Thank you very much dear students. Tomorrow we will start some new grammar topic.